Hi, this is Sheri Richerson from experimentalhomesteader.com, and what I have here is a Funkin pumpkin. Now, Jeffrey has already cut the piece out of it, and I did mark it to make it easier for him to cut. He has also already cut my piece of foam. I just have not glued it in yet. And what we're going to do tonight is make my version of the Halloween Littles Pumpkin Garden right here, which is a free project from Joanne Fabrics. And so what I have is I have a number of the Maker's Halloween Littles. I picked up this little tree with a crystal ball on it, and this little cat, and of course we have to have a witch. And then I chose 3 of the little pumpkins that I liked. I picked up a bag of the Moss collection, and then of course my black Funkin pumpkin. You could use any color that you want. And so the first step is to turn this foam over and put some hot glue on it. And you should use a hot foam knife to cut all of this with. We did not have one to do that with, so we used a culinary torch to heat up a knife. Do not do this at home, but it was the best thing that we could come up with. I think my hot glue gun still may be not quite hot enough. I thought it was because it was starting to drip, but I'm going to put quite a bit of glue on here, probably more than I need. And then I'm going to set my glue gun back on the stand over here. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to turn this upside down, and I'm going to have to face this towards me so I can see. And I'm going to position this in the bottom of my pumpkin. Now, I suspect that it's probably not setting quite as level as I would like it. But that may be okay. I may just have to put a little extra glue down here, or maybe cut the edges off a little bit. I guess we'll see. I'm going to put some glue in the bottom of the Funkin pumpkin. See if I can get enough of it in there. Okay. Nope, I think I'm going to have Jeffrey go get me the knife so I can cut the corners off. So give me a minute and we're going to cut some corners, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my piece of foam glued in, and the instructions say to use potting soil to fill in around this. I am not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to take these little pieces of foam and put some hot glue on them. I mean moss, sorry. I'm going to glue the moss to the foam. So I'm just going to put some glue on, and then I'm going to put my moss in where I want it. I have 2 pieces of this particular type of moss, so I'm going to put them on opposite sides. And I think I'm going to put them one towards the back here. I know you probably can't see that real good. But one towards the front and one towards the back. And then I'm going to take some of this soft green moss. And I'm going to kind of fill in. I'm not going to go as thick on the glue on this, because this is sort of a porous material. And I'm definitely not looking to get burnt. Hot glue does not feel good. I've had that on my hands before. Okay. I'm going to look through here and see what else I have. I seem to have a lot of this type of moss. Not so much of this, which I want for the outer edge. but quite a bit of this. So I think this is probably I'm going to use a lot of this, and then I also have a brown. And I am running out of hot glue. Here is Jeffrey to hand me another hot glue stick, which is great. I think I'm going to reach down here and get a little bit of this brown moss. And I know you probably can't see really well, but this is all that I'm doing. I'm just filling in the open spots with some moss. Just to kind of fill it up and make it look a little more cushiony in there, a little more like a woodland area. Now, you can use lights inside of these. They make special lights, but it also says on the package the type of wattage of light bulb that you can use. You do not use a candle. You do not use a tea light. So, and that's just for safety. This is a nice big piece. Look at that. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far, and I'm not wanting to fill it up much more than this right at the moment because I have some figurines to place inside of here, and I think I will put a little more of the green right here on this front area to kind of fill that in and make it a little more cushy. But I'll be putting some moss around the outer edge too. So, what I want to do is start filling in my figurines. I think I might put just, I might put a little bit of hot glue down inside of here on this piece of foam. And I might just go ahead and see if I can find some really flat pieces kind of stick in there just to hide that foam. Okay, so this is what we have now, and I'm going to start setting my figurines inside. I'm going to put a little glue on them because of course I don't want them to move once they're in place if this pumpkin gets bumped or when I store it from year to year. So I'm going to set the witch in first because I want her closest to the edge, I think. Like I said, I just glued her in place right there. And I think I'm going to do this little tree with the crystal ball next. Again, just putting some hot glue on here. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to set this more towards the back. Okay. And I think with the moss, you're not going to see as much detail of this as what you would if there was no moss, but I think that's okay. Okay. Make sure I got that in there the way I want it. I think I'm going to take it out and redo it. Okay. That moss was definitely getting in the way of getting this really securely positioned back there. So, okay. So I have that in place, as you can see. Next, I think we're going to set the pumpkins in place. Give a little bit of color. And these do have stickers on the bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and remove those stickers. Well, if I can, I'm going to. That one doesn't want to come off, so I guess I'll just put the glue on top. Okay. I think I want to put an orange one now. And a green one. Okay. And I'm going to add in the cat. Isn't that cute? I'm going to put the cat kind of towards the front. And so this is what this looks like so far. I'm thinking that the pumpkins are kind of hid back there, but again, that might be okay. I'm going to try to slide them around a little bit. That glue is still kind of warm. So there you go. And now I'm going to start putting some of the moss on the front, starting with this piece right here. I think I may have to have Jeffrey bring me my scissors over here, because I had put those up thinking the moss would just tear apart, and it's not wanting to come apart as easily as I thought it would. So I'm going to have him get those. Okay, one thing I forgot to do was to put this little fence in, and I should have put it in first before I put any of the figurines in. So I'm going to try to fit it, because it actually goes back behind and then circles up around to the front. So I'm going to try to get it into position without tearing anything else up. There we go. Takes a little patience, but definitely doable. This little fence is a good size for the pumpkin that I chose. I am not going to glue the fence into place. I am just going to shove it down into the foam and the moss. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Like I said, really, really cute so far. I think I might take the front piece, the very front piece of the fence, and shove it into the edge of the funkin on both sides, just to help hold it. I want to make sure that back is shoved down correctly. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to take the scissors and I'm going to slice up this piece of moss right here, so that I can have more than just one piece of it. And I'm just going to go about finishing putting the moss around the front of this like this, and then I'll be back in a moment to show you when I'm done. Okay, so I have it done, and I wanted to give you a really good view of the inside of this. The different pumpkins, the different ways you look, how you see different things. And then this is what the outside looks like. It's just covered in different types of moss. I think it looks really, really cute. And I wanted to give you a far away view too so you could see it. This is what it looks like from the front. And then if you spin it, you just have your black pumpkin that you can see. So I'm really happy with the way this has turned out. Of course, I could have done a lot more because they had many, many different things I could have chosen. But this was what I ended up liking, so this is what I did. I hope you like it too. Again, you can buy all these pieces at Joann Fabrics. So I hope you'll check them out. The pumpkin is a funkin, and the other pieces are the Maker's Halloween Littles. Thanks for watching, and have a great night.